Hey Pisces, welcome back. I'm here with your weekly reading for July 7th through the 15th. I have pulled your oracle cards already, so I'll be getting into those in just a second. As always, we'll do a general spread, a love spread, and then an advice spread, which I'll be using a new deck. I purchased a new deck with some donations that were given to the channel, so thank you very much. They were very unexpected and very appreciated because now I have a new deck that I've been wanting. This is the Tarot of Dreams. It's a gorgeous deck. I love it, I love it, I love it. And so far, I feel like it's been given some pretty good advice, so... All right, just a reminder that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Also, if you'd like to be notified of your future readings, excuse me. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, if you'd like to be notified of your future readings, please like and subscribe to the channel, and you should be notified that way. Alrighty, let's get into it. We have the Nine of Cups. I'm glad to see that in the upright. Seems like most of last month I saw it in the reverse. Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. Union, you have seen and unseen allies. Draw upon their strength, join forces with friends, and flourish. And the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches a resolution. So that could be why you have been going down deep, going deep within yourself, trying to figure out what's going to make you happy, kind of getting in touch with your emotions, but not just your emotions, but like what's going to fill up your cup. You know, you're kind of, and you're also just relying on yourself here. You know, you're not really, I feel like you're like, actually, what I feel like is like up until this point, it may have felt like, not that you were codependent, but it's like you would kind of be with someone or rely on outside situations to make you happy. And it's like, you're like, no, I'm going to make my own self happy. I'm kind of getting that because these two cards are kind of contradicting each other just a little bit. And so I feel like here is like you are just wanting to do this yourself, fill up your own damn cup, make yourself happy, worry about yourself, but you don't have to do everything alone. So I feel like really what you're doing here is learning that balance, that line between making yourself happy and being happy in yourself, you know, with yourself, and, you know, still letting friends in and, you know, kind of help you when you might need some picking up or anything like that. So I feel like you're getting this union, okay? Not this union. You're finding this balance, and I feel like when you find this balance, you know, you're going to something you've been dealing with. I feel like you've been dealing with this by yourself. A personal issue. Once you ask for some help, I feel like it's going to reach a resolution. Whether you find this balance and, you know, you do what you need to do, and then you ask for help when you need the help, or you just find it yourself, or your friends help you, friends, family, whatever, something outside helps you, whatever you've been dealing with, I see it coming to an end. Also with this Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. This is the one, I did hear frugal when it came out. When I flipped it over, I'm like, frugal. So you might be being frugal right now, but I don't feel like that's for most of you. I feel like when I see this card, it's kind of like, it seems like this month or something, that, especially this personal issue, however long you've been going through it, sometimes it can be like, man, this is such a waste of my time. Like, nothing's getting done. I'm not moving forward. Like, this is such a waste of my time. But it's not. It's happening because you're learning something. There's something for you to learn from whatever is going on so you can move forward. So while it seems like this kind of seems like a wasted time period, meaning, you know, there's just nothing really happening, mind you, we are in a retrograde, so that might even, you know, it really might feel like nothing is happening. But this isn't wasted. There's something you're going to gain from this. And if it really just might be finding this good balance, that happy balance. I don't know. I can't talk. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Starting off, not too bad. All right. Taurus had a pretty heavy reading. I wouldn't say it was bad, but definitely something going on there. So if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, and I titled it, Be Open for Something New. Something new is coming in, but they have a lot that they're having to work through to get there. So if you have some Taurus in your chart, you might want to go check it out. Scorpio, they are kind of going through something a little bit like you. So you might want to go check out theirs, where they're just kind of, you know, it's like they're having to go through something to learn something, even though, you know, it'd be nice if we could just learn it when everything was good. All right, those are the only two I've done so far, so just letting you know. All right, too many cards, and they are upside down. Let's make sure they're all, okay. This is the only deck I don't read reversals in, besides my Oracle cards, of course. But the vice versa deck, I don't feel like it needs reversals because it has the back sides. All right. Pisces, July 15th. No, 7th through the 15th. What is Pisces? Focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome for July 7th through the 15th. Please and thank you. All right. 9 of Wands. Got your guard up. Page of Swords. Queen of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Lots. And the Devil. Scorpio got this, but they got the other side. So, could be that you were trying to get away from a toxic situation. Could be that you were giving up a bad habit as well. You know, wouldn't surprise me if some of you are, you know, overall trying to, you know, either quit smoking or maybe stop shopping, or maybe not drinking so much, or, you know, lay back on the chocolate, or just go on a diet, you know, whatever it is, you're trying to get free. You're trying to break it. I did actually quit smoking, so that's why it came up. Not that I'm a Pisces at all. But I went to vaping. So, you know, it could be something like that, you know, just a bad habit you're trying to break. It wouldn't even have to be that big of a bad habit. It could be like you're just trying to save more. But your focus is, you know, you're still very guarded. You have your guard up. So it could be a situation you have your guard up against. Could be that you're just wanting some alone time, so you kind of have like a back off and leave me alone attitude going on to everybody. Could be what that Union card was talking about, like stop, you know, blocking everybody out and let some people in. Some people can help you. But yeah, I see, this is kind of why I wish the camera was still up here, but wish you could see the way these cards are. Okay, so you're very, very guarded, blocked, you know, have your defenses up. Then you have the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. And look, all of their backs are towards us. Every single one. So, I mean, if that, you know, just this card alone doesn't say, you know, you're pretty guarded, the rest of the cards do. Because, I mean, just looking at the spread, it's like, nope, nope, you know. And it could be part of it is that you're looking forward, you know. You're not wanting to look back. Let's pull some clarifiers. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Five of Cups in the reverse. The good news is you're getting over something, though. Okay, something you were really sad about, okay? You could be that you have your defenses up over something you're trying to move on from, okay? It's like you spent way too much time focused on those fallen cups, and you're ready to take the 2 cups that you still have and move forward. And so it's like you're hell-bent. I mean, that's kind of what I'm just getting here. It's hell-bent on not letting anything in that's going to kind of make you fall backwards. Your obstacle here is the Page of Swords. All right, and this Page of Swords is the Page of Swords that's kind of just going in and doing it, okay? So I feel like here, let me pull a card before I start talking, because not half the deck. Okay, there we go. Okay. You have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and then you have the Nine of Swords. This side of the Page of Swords, though, we can't see that how determined he is, okay? From the front, we can't. You know, he's determined. He's not going to be blown around. You know, he's got a clear head. He's moving forward. On this one, we can't see that he really has that determination, okay? We see him just kind of going out into the storm. It's looking like it's even clouding up a little bit, okay? So, you know, he may be kind of just rushing in to do this because he's tired of waiting around. And I kind of feel like that's what is happening here. You are so tired of the anxiety. You're so tired of thinking about this. You're so tired of these sleepless nights that you're like, screw it. I'm moving forward. I'm just moving forward. You are hell-bent, okay? And the problem is, you know, it's almost like I feel like here it's more of a running away from instead of dealing. Like I feel here, well, the Nine of Swords in the reverse is normally a really, really good thing. This being in your obstacle, paired with this, I feel like it's kind of causing you to act rashly. You're like, I'm just so tired. I'm drained. I can't think about this. I can't worry about this anymore. I'm tired of the anxiety. You know, it's ruining me. It's draining my life. You know, it's ruining my life. It's draining me. I can't do it. So I'm just going to go forward and, you know, whatever, you know, but I'm getting more of a running away from as opposed to dealing, because these can be dealt with. These are in your head. I'm not saying that they're not real problems. That's not what I'm saying. They're not real fears, but you can work through them. And I feel like if you were able to work through them, at least some of them, instead of kind of this running away attitude, you know, it would be like you work through one, so you'd be more determined, and then you could move forward a lot more clear, you know, a lot more easily, a little bit more clear. But I do see you wanting to get away from something. Like you feel now is the time, and so you don't care. You are moving away from it because whatever this is toxic, okay? So it's like, this is my time. I'm out. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands here in your advice. Interesting. So let's pull some clarifier for that. All right, lots of court cards in your reading. So the Queen of Wands. What I really want to say is that this is a time to kind of keep your plans and ideas and thoughts kind of to yourself. You don't need to let everybody know what's going on, what actions you're going to take, what you're planning. You don't need to let everybody know, okay? And don't start anything new, okay? now's just not the time. I know you want to. I know. You want to leave this. Okay, you want to leave this behind, which is so funny because this is a great card to get in the reverse. You want to leave the sadness behind. You want to move on with your life. The Nine of Swords is a good card in the reverse. You want to leave, you know, you don't want to be anxious anymore. You don't want to be worried. But it's just not time yet. Your advice is it's not time yet. There's still things you have to deal with. And I feel like it's going back to your obstacle. You need to work on these instead of run from them. Okay? So go ahead and keep planning. Okay? Keep planning for this something new while you're working through these fears and anxieties and anything else that you're working through, because this is retrograde, Mercury retrograde. Don't start moving now, okay? Don't start planning anything new. Well, you can start planning something new. Don't take any action on it because it's going to get tangled. It's going to get jumbled. There's still some work for you to be done. You know, now is not the time. However, Pisces, your most likely outcome, you're going to move forward anyways. You're going to move ahead with it anyways, especially it being Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and you're going to hit a lot of obstacles. Things that may not even really be obstacles, but they, you know, they're enough to slow down your progress, which this night, the Earth Night, is very slow anyways. So you can do that, which is, it's going to be what you do anyways. Most likely. This, you know, this is, like I said, you're pretty hell-bent, and I don't think you're going to let a reading tell you not to, okay? However, now's not the time, but you have free will. You can do whatever you want. This is just what the cards are saying. There are going to be bumps in the road. There are going to be obstacles that come up. Not huge obstacles, but they are going to slow you down. They're probably going to be obstacles that go back to this, to be honest. Because if you can see, he could just walk over these rocks, but instead he's completely stopped. So I feel like your obstacles really are going to go back to this. That's why I feel like now is not the time to start something new, and you really need to work on these fears and anxieties. Good news is, though, you do have the Nine of Wands coming out here in the reverse. So you do let down some of your guard. And I feel like, okay, I feel like here's what, you know, you're going to be a little bit hard-headed and kind of do things the way you want to do. You're going to be like, I'm going to move forward. I'm getting away from this. I get your motivation. I get it. You want to leave that. I get it. And so you can't get out fast enough. But I feel like what's going to happen is that you're going to start getting all these bumps in the road, these obstacles, and you're going to have to start letting some people in to kind of help you through them, even though they may not really be as big as you're making them out to be. But I do see you ending up taking your guard down, because you start off, I mean, look, very first card, very last card. You start off very guarded, and you start letting your guard down towards the end of the week. All right, Pisces. Let's get into your love reading. And I'm not fussing at y'all. I know. I've been there. I've done that. Sometimes I'm Virgo, and I'm pretty patient. You know, I can be patient. You know, if it's not time to do on something, it's not time. But then there's also times where I'm like, screw this, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm tired of being patient. I'm moving ahead anyways. And it normally ends up doing like that spread says. I hit all these roadblocks because it wasn't time. Okay, so we're all human. We all have a hard time with patience sometimes. So I'm not fussing at you at all. I'm just saying what the cards are saying. All right, what is Pisces' overall energy in love for July 7th through the 15th? Four of Cups in the reverse. All right, what is the overall energy of the person or situation Pisces is dealing with for July 7th through the 15th? Ooh, Eight of Swords. I feel like you're turning down an offer. I feel like you are turning down an offer, and they feel trapped. Okay. Granted, you could be on either side. Okay. If what you're feeling like feels more like this side, then it's this side. If what you're feeling like feels more this side, this side. I just say, you know, it can be vice versa. But I feel like you're turning down an offer. You're turning down something. Maybe this person. They are feeling trapped, and they are all up in their head, you know, feeling stuck, trapped in the situation. No fun, no fun. 3 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Justice in the reverse. The World, 6 of Swords in the reverse, and 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. You're looking ahead. You're looking forward. You're wanting to move ahead. You're looking to the future. Maybe waiting. Here, you're being patient here. Waiting to see what options you have, to see what you have coming in. You know, see what, not necessarily options like different people, but just which avenues you can go. You do have the Justice here in the reverse, though. So this could be a Libra you're dealing with, and it could be that you're like, you know, you're not really good with this Libra right now. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a Libra. They do have quite a bit of air on their side as well. But if not, you're just feeling like there's no balance here. There's no justice here. There's not really, the communication isn't good between the two of you. Things aren't balanced. I feel like that's what you're feeling here. So, you know, you've been, you know, waiting and kind of analyzing and assessing, you know, the situation and weighing the pros and cons. And I feel like you're like, you know what, there's just no balance here. They want something new. They want a new start, but there may be some codependency here. They may want a new start with you, because when I see them moving on, I see them really not being able to move on, and I see them not being happy and being single. Okay, so it could be that they are codependent on you, or not codependent. It could be that they are dependent on you. That could be why you're feeling like there's no justice here, or there's no balance, really. You know, the scales aren't balanced. You feel like maybe they're leaning on you too much, and you know, they want something. They want a new start. They want a fresh start, but I don't see them able to do it on their own. They may not be able to do it financially. I don't know. We'll see. We'll pull some more cards. Queen of Swords in the reverse. The Hermit in the reverse. The Unknown card. 9 of Cups in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse. The Empress. So you cut off communication. I think it's kind of interesting, though. You got the Queen of Swords and the Hermit both in the reverse. So it's like you cut off communication and you go out. You know, you're like, you're cutting this person off. You're not talking to this person, but you're also coming out of your shell. Like, you're out, not necessarily going to go have a good time, but you're not, you know, you're going to go out. The Unknown card, it doesn't matter if it's reversed or upright. It's just kind of like, we don't know yet. So, don't really know how that's going to play out. They have the 9 of Cups. Again, 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Both of these are the independent cards. You had the 9 of Cups in the upright, starting off your reading in the Oracle. They are not happy by themselves. I'm just saying that. They are not happy. I do feel like they are very dependent on you, and you just want to do you. You just want to, you know, go after what makes you happy. You just want to rely on yourself. I don't see them very happy being single. Not when both single cards come up in the reverse on their side. I feel like they're definitely some code or some dependency here. That may be why they're feeling so trapped. Maybe they're feeling like they can't start anything new because they don't know how to, because they have never been on their own or something. It's probably what's keeping them back. Page of Wands in the reverse, you know, they're not really starting anything new right now. However, they are working on growing. Like, they are working on themselves. I feel like they are working on trying to grow themselves. They may be working on trying to grow something with you, or a you know, something new, but you know, it's very funny. I don't know how they went from all this other stuff. You know, they want something new and they want growth, maybe with you, but they got all this other stuff that's not going in their favor. So I feel like on the surface, they may seem like they have their shit together. Okay, they may on the surface, but I don't. Underneath, it's kind of a mess. And I'm not like bashing them at all. They just, you know, they need to work on making themselves happy and being happy in themselves, because they're not happy here either. And in all honesty, they feel stuck. They feel trapped by this whole situation. Whew-wee. I'm waiting for the love readings where everybody's just happy and there's just happy cards. But I guess if that were the case, you probably wouldn't be looking up tarot readings. So I get it. It's just that these have been heavy. The 3 I've done have been pretty heavy. Pisces. What advice do we have for my Pisces? I'm using that new deck. All right, Pisces. What advice do we have for Pisces for July 7th through the 15th? And take this advice, you know, generally take it in your love. However you think it applies, take it that way. I just save it for the last because, you know, I don't know. Just save it for the last. All right, Pisces. All right, this one flipped out. Ace of Cups in the reverse. See, I'm not lying. It flipped out in the reverse. Do not start anything new right now. Now is not the time. Be patient. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, the wheel is working. Okay, it may feel... Okay, Pisces. It may feel like nothing is happening. It may feel, okay, that everything has grown stagnant, that you're stuck, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is working. It is in the upright, okay? It is working, all right? It's taking time. Let it do its thing. You will know when it's time to start something new, all right? You will know when it's time for this Ace of Cups. But right now, you're still dealing with this 10 of Swords. Again, those 9 of Swords as well in your obstacle. I feel like that's a major thing. You know, finish that cycle out, deal with those, heal from this, end whatever this is. Could be that relationship. You know, my goodness. It's, you know, you need to work through that before you can start something new, okay? There's unfinished business. The wheel is turning, though. It's in your favor. So stop trying to mess it up. 9 of Cups again, coming out for you. All right, we have the 8 of Coins in the reverse. Don't work on this situation anymore, okay? Don't work on this situation, okay? Don't try to grow it. Don't try to make it better. Just try to heal from it, okay? And come out better. 9 of Cups. Focus on yourself. Focus on what makes you happy. Worry about making you happy. 9 of Cups coming out again in your reading. Looks a bit different in this one, but this started your entire reading, the very first card I pulled for you, the Nine of Cups. All right? Work on making yourself happy. Oh, that was a lot of cards. All right, one more. Aren't these cards pretty? They're gorgeous. I love them. They're very vivid and bright. Ace of Wands. Okay. So, yes. Once you can find, you know, I'm getting a bunch of different things from this. Yes, it is time for something new. It's definitely a new way of thinking. Time for a new way of thinking. Time for, you know, a little bit more light and playful energy, you know, especially when it comes to you discovering what makes you happy again. But don't start anything, you know, crazy, powerful, and strong yet. You know, like I said, you're still having to heal and close this chapter out so you can, you know, be ready for it. You're there. Like, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And you have the Ace of Wands here too. So, you know, things are working. It's like, well, you have the momentum up. Okay, you have the energy. You have the willpower. You have the momentum, the energy, the motivation to want to start something new, okay? But you have to end all of this. So you're halfway there, but it's not time for the emotional new beginning yet, okay? Because the Ten of Swords is there. You still have to deal with that. All right, Pisces, I hope you got something that will help you through the week ahead here, and I will see you next time.